Hey, this is Cody Zine, and this is Making Monochrome episode 14. Today we are covering our 8th shoot day, and it's my favorites by far. The 8th shoot day, we went back to West Texas to shoot all of the non-flashback stuff, all of the rundown, destroyed, full wardrobe get-up scenes, and I was so excited. I was looking forward towards, for this day, the entire project, just because, we had so much history with being out there and the locations that we found while researching and filming the teaser and, trying to imagine this world. And so to go back and come full circle and be there with the crew and the actual actors and the actual wardrobe to film it for real was an incredible experience. This is June 2nd through 4th, so we had kind of a little weekend trip to go out there. So we left Dallas and drove to El Paso, and that's where we stayed. Before we went there, something I wanted to do years ago when we were scouting locations was stop at Monaghan's sand dunes there at the state park and slide down the hills on the, trash can lids, more or less. And so that's what we did. We stopped on the way down. We all drove, caravaned, and took a little detour there, got our toboggans. I don't know what they're called. We're from Texas. We don't have snow, but we can slide down sand, apparently. But anyway, you rent them and then you hike up the hill and then slide down. It looks a lot easier or actually our videos you're watching right now look horrible because we didn't really go, so we were trying to figure out how to lay and lift your butt up off the ground, and it was still a lot of fun. But we took a little trip there, kind of just relax and let loose with the cast and crew that were coming along for the ride. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time. And just sand everywhere, cleaning it out for days, but it was fun. But yeah, we head back to El Paso. We did an Airbnb there, and the house wasn't really big enough for all of us, but everyone had couches and air mattresses and cots, and it's like a little sleepover, so it was a fun experience. And so we rested that night, and the next day we got up early and we drove back east, so headed back towards the house, towards Dallas, but we went to the Salt Flats again, which, like I said, was just crazy awesome to have everyone there and be like, hey, look at this. I can't wait for you guys to see this because it's amazing. And we pulled up off the side and got Josh dressed up as Isaac in the full wardrobe this time. It wasn't wet season, so we could actually go on the north side of the highway, which is the bigger area that's not fenced. And we filmed all of his stuff there on the sand, and recreated the mask reveal that we did for the teaser, 5 or 6 years ago. It was cool. It was definitely a lot easier having crew members to help you do all the multiple things. But yeah, it was such a high, great experience. We did that and then drove just a little ways down to Salt Flat Cafe, which is, this location that I've known about since 5 or 6 years ago. But we didn't get to connect with Shirley then, but we had since connected with her, and it is a cafe, and she, I believe, is 3rd or 4th generation owner of it. And I believe her house and the cafe and those buildings that make it work right there are the only buildings still from the city of Salt Flat, Texas. But yeah, she still runs the cafe, and she'll serve, burgers and food and chicken fingers and fries and drinks to, truck drivers or tourists, people passing by there on the highway. And we've been corresponding, told her we were coming out, shooting a movie, and we were seeing if we could use her location, which would be the opening scene. It's the present time of the movie, what I was most excited for with the dystopian part. The present day's over, or the flashback's over, and this is the real deal. And so we ended up trading work with Shirley. She had another movie come in there before and pay her little, but we tried to work a deal with her just because we didn't have really budget. But we ended up being able to design kind of a refreshed logo for her cafe and provide her with that, and some business cards, and a new open and close sign for the door, and a huge sign banner with the logo that she could hang up on the cafe. So it was really cool to have that personal experience, to be passionate about creating something. I mean, yeah, she's letting us use the cafe, but like deep down, I really wanted these things that we were giving to her to also help her, like genuinely help. And she was just so nice and accommodating, and the place worked out amazing. We didn't have to do any set dress or anything, and yeah, that was a fun one. Filming in the cafe, which was basically a cafe in the movie, or like a diner thing, and got our extras all dressed up in crazy, apocalyptic wardrobes, and reveal the first time the hood comes down where you see this color, and yeah, it was really good. It was a blast. And that was really it for the first day. The last part of it is I had connected with a deputy. I think he was the sheriff of the area, and I needed to film the last scene, and I needed an old beat up truck or something like that, and he was able to get with a local farm warehouse place, and I mean, he sent me a picture of the truck, and I was like, that could be no more perfect. Like, it was old and rusty and beat up and dirty, and it was a truck bed, but then it had like the bars up over the top, and it was perfect. Except that we had to jump it to start it, so we couldn't turn it off. Yeah, it was, so we had one take. I think out of most of all the shots, I wish I would have taken more time for those, because basically it was me with a camera in the bed of the truck with everyone, and everyone else was following us because we were leaving the cafe, and then we'd all leave from wherever the truck landed. So I couldn't film behind me. I couldn't get and film anything that way. I had to just film, this way, and the cars were all behind me. But what I wish I'd got more of was, I wish I'd taken time to get in a vehicle and follow the truck and get the faraway shots. But it was so bright. I think most of the times we're out there, I had to have a scarf completely over my head, clipped to the rig to where I could even see what was happening on the monitor. Yeah, dropped the truck off, and then we all headed back to El Paso to relax and eat dinner and hang out. And then the Sunday, the 4th, we were going to drive home, but the plan was to hit all those places we had gone for in the teaser, like a gas station in this town, and then miles later, another gas station or an old school. And so we did that. We left El Paso early that morning, and we basically had him decked out, and we'd stop and get out, and would just film him walking around just like we did all those years ago. But now it was the perfected wardrobe, better equipment, and we could capture sound and all that, but it worked out really good. We got the gas stations, the old school, but yeah, we filmed all that, and then eventually we had passed the last spot, and we were like, all right, everybody, see you later, and that was that. It was such a great experience. I think everybody had a lot of fun, and yeah, it just got me so excited for being able to leave the modern day world and go and just stay in this dystopian world from now till whenever the stories are all done, because all the stories now would revolve around that after this first film. So just having a weekend to just a little taste of that was so amazing, and yeah, it just got me pumped for finishing it to get started on the next one. But yeah, it was so awesome, and yeah, I can't wait to do it again.